What's up, YouTube? Jared RedRacer video. Thanks for joining me for another one today, guys. Hey, real quick, no, I did not show anybody my boobies, and I did not go to Mardi Gras. My son, when he was leaving for school today, gave me this necklace and said, Dad, I want you to wear this today. If you make a video, I would love to see you with it. So, Carter, my little friend, I love you, buddy, and I'm wearing the necklace. So, that's why the necklace is here, guys. But now that I got that out of the way, today's video, I actually have another viewer-requested video today, and it was from my good friend Tony Medina. So Tony, thank you for the video idea. He sent me a message and said, man, you need to make a video and tell all of us rookies what we need to take if we go to LS Fest West or Optima or whatever those kind of events are. Basically just, what things do we need to have? What do we need to do to be prepared? What do we bring with us? Real quickly, I am not an expert. I am also a rookie, just so that everybody knows. I'm gonna clear that up right now. So I am not the expert, but I have been to a few of these events and I do have a pretty good idea of the things you'll need to bring. So we're gonna jump into that. We're gonna do that right now. Once again, everybody, thanks again for joining me. If this is your first time on the channel, if you can't already tell by the car that's sitting here behind me, this is a car channel. I am a car guy. So if you're into cars, twin turbo Camaros, late model GM Performance, we really have all kinds of stuff on the channel. If you're a car person, you like car vloggers, you follow Street Speed, Guitarmageddon, whoever else it might be, Lethal Camaro, I think you'll like this channel. So if that sounds like you guys, please hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and then be sure to hit the bell next to subscribe so you guys know when I have new content that comes out. Without further ado, though, we're going to get into what we're talking about today. And what do you need to bring when you are going to big race events? What are the things that you should have with you to help make your event better, have it go off without a hitch, be prepared, stay cool, things like that. Real quick here, guys, this is going to be no particular order, kind of just going to ramble off the things that I think you guys should take with you if you're going down to LS Fest West, if you're going out to Optima, really just any big event, if you're going to do a big autocross for a whole weekend, anything like that. For one, make sure you take your car. That's kind of a given, but got to say it because otherwise somebody in the comments is going to call me on it and be like, yeah, you forgot to say car. So yeah, bring the car, obviously. The other thing, helmets. Most of these events, basically every event you're going to go and do, you're going to need a helmet. Most of them need the rating of SA 2005 or newer. For some of the other stuff, for some of the drag racing, it could actually be different. Some of those requirements are a little bit more stringent. But LS Fest West, I did read through their rules, and the helmet you need to have for that is SA 2005 or greater. So that's the rating it needs to be. For a lot of these, no motorcycle helmets. So some of the motorcycle helmets do have the rating you need, but in some of these series, they actually don't want you running a motorcycle helmet. So helmet, bring them. You don't have to, in the rules for LS Fest West, I was actually surprised. All it says you have to have is a helmet. But I'm pretty sure, and guys correct me in the bottom here if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty confident that for the road course, you've actually got to have gloves and a race suit. Maybe not have to have a race suit, but at the very minimum, you've got to have long sleeves, long pants, and the neck brace, like just a little donut style neck brace. So I'm gonna say that you need for sure a helmet and I think a neck brace for the road course, but I'm not positive that the race suit is required or gloves. But if you have those things or can get those things, I would recommend that. The last thing you wanna do is have something happen on the course, have your car on fire and have you get torched because you weren't wearing a flame retardant suit or gloves or whatever it might be. The other thing for gloves, your hands do get sweaty. When you're down on Las Vegas Motor Speedway and you're wheeling your car around, you've got a leather steering wheel and your hands are getting sweaty, it could create some problems. It could make things a little more interesting. So I would recommend gloves. I've run with and without gloves and it is much, much better with gloves. If you can get your hands on those things, bring those things. If you have tools, if you don't have somebody down there that knows what they're doing, it'd probably be a good idea to bring tools. I have a little Craftsman toolkit that I bring with me. It's nothing crazy. If something happened, I probably couldn't do much because I'm not familiar with actually wrenching on this stuff. If you guys know me, you know I'm not a big wrencher. But basic tools are always a good idea, so I would definitely bring those. Now getting to some of the other stuff that's maybe not as obvious. Shade. If you guys can bring down a little awning or something to put you in the shade, especially down at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, you're out on the asphalt all day long. It does get hot, and whatever you can do to keep yourself cool. So I would recommend bringing a little pop-up or something that you can either put the car or yourselves in to sit in, help keep things cool. I usually hang out with the guys from JDP, and they've got a bunch of different awnings and stuff set up, and they've got water in the trailer, stuff like that. So I kind of roll down there, and I'm a little bit spoiled in the sense that I get to kind of, go off of their cues, and they kind of keep me from being, sweating to death and dying and dehydrated or whatever. But shade I would definitely bring lots and lots of water. Bring a cooler full of ice, full of water. You're gonna want that when you're down there. You do get really, really dehydrated. They talk about that in the drivers' meetings even. They tell you guys, you listen to your body. If you start getting hot, or if you're getting dizzy, or if you're just feeling off, you get a headache, hydrate. Whether you think you need to be drinking water or not, be drinking water all day long, because it is hot. You don't realize how much you actually are exerting yourself when you're driving. So make sure you bring stuff to keep you hydrated. Gatorade, water, mostly water, but a little bit of Gatorade is good for the electrolytes and stuff too. Food. You're not going to have a lot of options down there for food. They usually do have a little food truck or something there that you can eat off of. I find it a lot easier if you just have snacks and stuff with you, so you can keep munching, keep yourself ready to go, keep your mind sharp, you know, basically just keep your body going. Oh, hold on, my neighbor's coming down the street with this big loud diesel. We got to pause for a sec. Hey, Ned. Cool neighbor. But getting back to it, tools, racing stuff, helmets, gloves, race suit if you have it, neck brace, water, shade, food. Those are kind of the basic things you're gonna need. If your car is on methanol, be sure you bring methanol. You know, you're gonna run out down there, you might not be able to get it. There is E85 at most of these tracks or close to them, so if you run E85 in your car, it's not as crucial, you should have it. But do your research. If the track you're going to doesn't have the fuel you need, you're gonna need to lug around some fuel. So trying to think of what else I've missed here. I'm looking around my garage at the other stuff that maybe you would need. I hit on tools, I got helmet, a tire. And this all of it goes back, guys, to do you have a trailer? If you guys have a trailer and a truck, obviously bring them. I am gonna be braving it. We're gonna drive this car from Salt Lake to Las Vegas. It's a 5-hour drive. I'm hoping that I can put my wheels and tires in one of my buddy's trailers that are headed down, so I can put my street tires on for the drive down and not use up my track tires on the way down. But you know, an extra tire, 2 tires, whatever, just whatever else you can bring. If you can bring a trailer and bring extra stuff, bring extra parts. I've got an extra drive line, I've got extra drive shafts, my stock ones. So in the event that we had a break, those are things that would be a good idea to have. So if you do have any extra parts, if there's anything else you can bring feasibly, I would bring them. Even if up to and including if you had to just load your trunk full of stuff, you can always take it out when you get down there. So any parts, any random things you think you guys might need, I would definitely bring those things down. Last thing you want to do when you get down there is get stuck and not have the ability to fix anything, to do anything, kind of ruin your weekend. What else? Sunblock. Guys, bring sunblock and wear it. I have been down there and I have gotten torched at 2 different events now. And it really makes day 2 a little less enjoyable when you're already sunburnt and crispy and don't really feel that great. So sunblock's a really good idea. Sun hats are a really good idea. Actually, I'm gonna show you my sun hat. Some of you guys have already seen my sun hat and commented on it in other videos, but I got this big old sun hat that I take to every event that I go to now. I'm all about my America, so it's America themed, but a sun hat is a really good idea. I'm telling you right now, the quality, or my quality of life at events was like significantly better wearing that sun hat. As goofy as I may or may not look in it, I love that hat. So hat, sunglasses, sunblock, water, food, tools, extra car parts, something for shade to try and keep yourself cool, because you don't want to be out in the sun all day baking. If you have to be, I'm sure you'll survive. But again, I've been there with and without them, and it is significantly better when you got a place that you can duck out of the sun for a while and keep yourself cool, keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself fed. So what else am I going to think of here? One other thing I'm going to hit on that a lot of people really should consider doing. If you have not already, change out your brake fluid. And a lot of guys go down to these events, and I'm not knocking this approach because I think everybody should. If you got a Camaro, Corvette, if you got something that's performance-based, I think everybody should go and do at least 1 or 2 of these events. It is so much fun. I have enjoyed my car so much more since I started doing these kind of things. But you want to make sure the one thing, if you do nothing else, you don't have to get snazzy wheels, you don't have to get snazzy tires, you don't have to put a bunch of power in your car to go to these things. I got all those things in this car, and I'll be honest, I'm still one of the slowest guys because I don't know how to drive. So seat time is a big deal. You guys need to just get seat time and go down and do these things, but I kind of got sidetracked. What I was trying to say here was if there's one thing you do to your car, and I would recommend doing it, change out your brake fluid. You want to change out from something that has just got a lot higher boiling point. Some Motul 600, but I would definitely flush your brake fluid out and get a better brake fluid in. You guys have probably heard it, and if you haven't, if you start looking around, you will. A lot of people have gone down, even in like ZL1 1LE Camaros, ZL1 Camaros, Z06 Corvettes, and you go out and hit a road course and you do a few laps on a road course, you could absolutely boil your brake fluid. And especially on Las Vegas Motor Speedway, when you're coming down the straight into the carousel, the last thing you want is for your brakes not to be there. I can only imagine how scary that would be, because I've gone into that and been scared even with my brakes, because you are hauling butt into that first turn. So change out your brake fluid also. Oil, it'd probably be a good idea to bring a little bit of oil with you, assuming most of you guys' cars aren't burning a bunch of oil. But you know, a quart of oil, 2 quarts of oil might not be a horrible idea, because you're out there pushing them hard. And I'm one of those guys that I always check my fluids. Tire pressure gauge, one last thing also. I keep saying one last thing and it's never the last thing, but a tire pressure gauge. A lot of guys I see down there don't even check tire pressures when they're at the track. And I am actually adjusting pressures, and I stole this from JDP from watching them at the track and stuff, but I actually check my tire pressure after every single lap. I've got a specified amount of tire pressure I like to have in, and I'm adjusting pressure almost every single lap. Especially in the early going, you're gonna set your pressure in the beginning, and after a lap, your pressure is gonna be way up. So you're gonna need to keep letting air out as time goes. Sometimes you'll add a little, or you'll pull a little too much air out, and you'll actually have to add a little. You wanna be careful not to pull too much out, because if you don't have air down there, it's really hard to start going around and trying to find air from people. But I would recommend starting you with your pressures a little bit high, set them right where you want them for your first run, and then from there, it's kind of just gonna be maintaining pressure, usually by way of just letting a little bit out. An air pressure gauge is something else that I would have you bring. I think I nailed them all. I think I got it. I feel pretty comfortable with that. Hopefully I was able to help some of you guys. Tony, my friend, thank you for the recommendation for the video idea, and I hope that answered all of your questions. For the rest of you, I hope you enjoyed that. If I missed some stuff, please guys, in the comments down below, let me know what your recommendations would be for the other things that you would want to see somebody bring to a track for their first time out that I maybe have missed. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful for everybody. I appreciate, again, Tony giving me the video idea. I appreciate all the support from you guys, and we will have another video soon. I'm doing some batch recording today, so I'm gonna try to record 2 to 3 videos today and then edit them throughout the week, and so I can keep videos going. The next couple of days I won't get to record, so I gotta try and record a lot today, edit a lot later. But keep your eyes on the channel. Lots of stuff coming, guys. Thank you so much to everybody who supported me. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next Red Racer video. See you guys in the next one.